Hello planner friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany May and this is Tiffany May Plans. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today we are going to be working in our journal for the weeks of the 16th to the 22nd, and I am going to be doing a strawberry shortcake theme. I have pulled out my strawberry shortcake stickers here. I've got this sticker pad that's scratch and sniff stickers, and then I have this set here which I already took out of the package because the package is very loud. That is all repositionable stickers. I also have this set here that's leftovers from Hobby Lobby, and then I have some various papers as well as a bunch of different washi tapes all pulled and ready to go. This journal is one that I have from Amazon. It was one that I bought for, I think it was like $5.99 when I got it. But we have worked in it and we have done various things together in it. We did our cover page, we did our coffee of the month, I did my date nights page, I did my self-care bingo, which I have since filled in, which has gone onto the back. Saved this page for a mood tracker. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I might even change it up. A January cover page, our January calendar, the month in review. Then I did my February page, my February calendar. The reason I only did a month in review for January was because we started it so late. And then I started my weeks. That was last week's. I've filled it in since then, done my journaling, but we are up to here. So I pulled out different papers here. These stickers here are on the smaller side, but it's just her with all of her friends, and it just repeats page after page. I think there's like 5 or 6 pages in here. It's 120 stickers. This I got at Five Below, as well as this set of the decals, and this is a whole mixed bag of all different kinds. I am unsure what we're going to use yet, but we're going to put these aside for the moment and get at these papers here. I pulled out 4 different ones. So I have this blue one here. This one came from Hobby Lobby. Then I've got this big 12 by 12 piece. It says the paper company, and the color is berry. It says it's cardstock. I am unsure where it came from. A lot of these are things that have been handed down to me, so I don't know where the paper company is from. This one says Paper Pizzazz. I think it possibly was a Joann or a Michaels. And this one says Colorbach from 2003. It's called Mint Stripe. So again, possibly Joann or Michaels. This one maybe even AC Moore. It's been a while. So I thought, this is my thinking, I would do some paper along the edge here, and then I have my 2 pages, which will be my tabs, and then paper along the edge here. I'm unsure if I'm going to put paper on these or washi tape. I have a ton of tapes pulled out. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with some of the red first. So I believe I'm going to go ahead and just cut. I've got sticker bits on here too. I think I'm just going to cut a section straight up here. And it doesn't have to be even, it doesn't have to be fancy. Just like that. I'll put the rest of that aside for the moment. And I think I'm just going to rip some. 1, 2, let's, I just want to make sure I hold my pages. Alright. I think that should be good. I think if I tape it just like that, because it's not a flat edge, maybe I should use this one. Because that's more of a flat edge, and then I can just trim it. All right. So I'm gonna put I am going to go off the edge just a bit at the top of the page. There we go. That looks perfect. Okay. Just because I want that flat look. There we go. Beautiful. And now trim that right there. Okay. Trim that. And then get the corner. Beautiful. Okay. So we have our first section. And then we're going to go to our second one. Now I don't know if I want to do the paper or if I want to do just washi tape for this. But I'm thinking the green stripe might look good on here, because I pulled out a bunch of different washi tapes. But let's see if maybe we'll do some of these decals, because we have a whole bunch of them. Sorry, that is a little crinkly and loud. This is the cute paper that comes in the package with them. I could always use some of that as well, but we'll stick to this. So I'm thinking I'm going to want something to go down this. So it could have like herself. I could do little things like this. Have another little one like that. And something that looks like that. I have a smaller square, which would be cute. You get so many of these stickers. Like this one's cute. It just says berry. Like this one. So we could make a whole cute little scene there. Maybe do a circle. Kind of like that. That's cute. The only problem is it doesn't leave a lot of space here if I use these bigger ones. Alright, so that is an idea. Let's move those. Let's check some of these. So we could do something like that. Something like that. Maybe even her cat. We could do something on that idea, which would be cute. Or there's this quote. This is always blooming. Then we can move the cat on there more. That's kind of cute. We still have about the same amount of space. All right, I think I like this style better. So I'm just going to go ahead and place these. And just give them a rub on here. And like that one. Then we'll go to a circle. And these all have these little tabs. So you just pull on the tab to get your sticker. There we go. And we'll rub that on. And then we'll do this berry one. And then we're gonna have to get our cutter here. And our cutting mat. And just like I did last week, I'm going to turn my page. Because I'm left-handed, it just works out better. Sorry, it's hanging over a little bit. All right. So I found that being left-handed, if I turn my page, it's easier for me to pull the cutter along, being left-handed. Okay, so I am going to try to remember to keep my page. And I'm going to try and keep it up and, oops, in view, because last week, or the last video, I didn't have it fully in view. And I didn't notice it until I was editing. Okay, let's see how we did here. I know I got that area pretty well. All right, not too bad. It's a little rough, but it's getting a little better. And now we just have to match up the back side as best as we can. But that's how it'll look against the backdrop. So we just have to find some stickers that match or are similar in size. So let's start with the circle, I guess. Need a bigger circle. That's oval. Oh, actually, let's start with this one. So that one will work there. Thank goodness they're repositionable, so we can make sure we get it at the right angle. There we go. So we've gotten that one. Then we need a bigger sized circle, but I could use the oval, and it fits there, so I'm going to use the oval one. And I'm just going to turn it some. So it's just like that. And then we have another square, so we could choose something like that. I think that's cute. And then we have this one, which is actually this same one. This one's just bigger. Or I could do something different. Let's see. It just needs to be somewhat of that rectangle shape. So I could do something like that, which I think is cute. Or even the shoes. Let's go this way. I like this one. We'll do this. And we'll just trim along the edge where that little clear piece hangs over. Okay, so that's our second tab. Then we've got our third. And then we'll do the red along here. So the third tab, I could use paper, I could use washi, or I could just do some more stickers. And I'm thinking maybe we'll just do some straight washi tape. So I'm thinking we have to go to right about here. I'm thinking right about here would be good. Let's try cutting it, and we'll go from there. I may need to move it in just a little bit more, but we shall see. Okay, that gives us a pretty good line. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. And we'll do our same line here. Okay. I like that. So that gives us a little bit of green, and then we can do our red along here on this side. And this one I didn't go perfectly even, and I know I need to add more tape to this bottom. Because I didn't do it all the way. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So that gives us our somewhat tabs. Then we just need to fill it in. And how I think I'm going to do that is with this book. And my mile liners. Okay, so let's get those out. Many of you have seen me talk about this spread before. This is a spread my boyfriend got me for my birthday a few years ago. But this is what I'm thinking. I think I am going to take this one in the color Marigold. And I think I am going to and then I am going to take some of my stickers I like this one here. And put that one right there in the corner. And I'm going to take her cat and put her cat right down there. And then I can journal in the middle there. And on this one, I'm going to do yellow. I think I'm going to take this brighter yellow. And I'm going to do smaller boxes. And then we're going to take our other stickers and we're going to do a sun up there. And we'll do our other friend there. Okay, and then on this page, I think we'll do the blue on here. So I have two different blues. So I think we're going to go with this darker blue. And then I think we're going to do blueberry muffin on this one. So I'm going to do her right here. And then she's got her little friend that we'll put up there. This side. I think we're going to go with a pink. And I'm going to draw lines on this one. Oh, this is a bright pink though. I don't want too bright. Let's see. This one will be good. Okay. To get her little friend, which I cannot remember her name, but she's going there. And her little monkey will go there. Super cute. All right, so this side. I think we'll do a light green stripe on this one. And this one is going to be for our lovely lemon meringue. And her little frog. I think we'll put her frog up top. Just like that. And then the last page, I think we're going to do another blue. We're going to go for, and we're going to add strawberry in here. I think that's super cute. Okay, so this is how it looks. We have first page, our second page. Let me get up here so you guys can see a little better. Our first two pages, our second pages, our third pages. And this one is actually a split between 2 days. Last year I had Saturday and Sunday on their separate pages with 3 tabs in between, but because of doing that I had to do an extra page, which was like a week in review. Because these journals are smaller than what I had last year, I want to condense it more, so I actually have 2 pages of writing space and the rest during the week. And I think this came out great. We'll call this Strawberry and Her Friends. This is for the week of the 16th through the 22nd. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I will try and list everything in the description box that I used. I'm not sure if the papers are still available, but I'm sure you can get something like that. I only ended up using the plain red. I did not end up using the stripe. So please, please like, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I do hope you subscribe if you haven't done so already. I have a lot more journal stuff coming at you. I believe next week we may do Care Bears, so stick around for next week, some more nostalgia. I do hope you enjoyed this flashback into your childhood, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, planner friends.